Seen this before. Football matches on the sea. 4-minute long games. 3 versus 3 battles. Destroy enemy ships with your guns. Score goals with football torpedoes. And win. Be the best. Play World of Warships Blitz. You've never seen this before. Football matches on the sea. 4-minute long games. 3 versus 3 battles. Destroy enemy ships with your guns. Score goals with football torpedoes. And win. Be the best. Play World of Warships Blitz. You've never seen this before. Football matches on the sea. 4-minute long games. 3 versus 3 battles. Destroy enemy ships with your guns. Score goals with football torpedoes. And win. Be the best. Play World of Warships Blitz. You've never seen this before. Football matches on the sea. 4-minute long games. 3 versus 3 battles. Destroy enemy ships with your guns. Score goals with football torpedoes. And win. Be the best. Play World of Warships Blitz. You've never seen this before. Football matches on the sea. 4-minute long games. 3 versus 3 battles. Destroy enemy ships with your guns. Score goals with football torpedoes. And win. Be the best. Play World of Warships Blitz. You've never seen this before. Football matches on the sea.
Hi guys, welcome to the 1.5 live stream with Fox again. I'm Nad. Today we're going to be talking about update 1.5 that just rolled out this morning. So you guys are already kicking it. So looking forward for your feedback on that. You can already ask questions on our Facebook page. We will be answering them after we cover the list of new features that we're releasing with this build. So this build is a pretty big update 1.5. We put a lot of work into it, and there's a lot of work that was started a while ago that is now being released. So most of the things that you guys talked about in the past have been addressing in this build. It's not over yet, of course, so keep the feedback coming. We will keep releasing updates every month and try to improve the experience for everyone, deliver new content, new game modes, and hopefully like you guys will like this one and will like the other ones even more as well.
Yeah, so why don't we dive in? There's a whole bunch going on that we want to cover, but what I'm particularly interested in is something that I think is going to make a very interesting play experience for people, which is our new ad integration.
Yeah, so one thing that you guys have brought up a lot is that for people that are like non-premium users, it's very difficult to get some rewards or etc. So like we wanted to not only bring new ways for free players to get more rewards and XP and things like that. So we integrated videos in the game that you guys can watch, because a lot of other games games do that, and that's something we wanted to do as well to provide a good experience to everyone without necessarily having to spend in game. So unfortunately, because I played a lot since this morning, you can't see the buttons on my screen, but right here, like where you see the little ripple effect where I'm tapping next to the first victory on the top on the middle right of the screen, there is here you will see a little button, a little video button. So what does it do is that basically once you've done your first victory already, you can reset it up to 3 times a day. So that's really good when you're working on one ship that you're really good at. For example, I unlocked the rune this morning, my first tier 9. Yeah, it was really good. So I reset my first victory bonus like 3 times, and that gives you a lot of progress really fast.
Well, I think like the general concept behind us even putting these ads in were that if we were going to put them in, we wanted to make sure that there was a good amount of reward around what we're doing and a lot of choice, and one that wasn't necessarily restrictive. So each one of the ads that we'll talk about and where you can actually interface them, we don't separate those out, right? If you're a premium player, you still have access. If you're a non-premium player, you also have access, and there's no loss of benefit for either side. So as an example, what Nad was just pointing out is that one ship, or even several ships that you want to spread out that first victory reset on, is completely possible. So him going through on his tier 8, using that 3 times and effectively getting plus 400% over 4 games, he was able to unlock this tier 9. So it really does help with progress. Where else do we actually see these?
So you can see this as well after battle. 3 times per day after a victory, you can double your reward. So that means when you get into the game now, for people that cannot play so much, and also like for free users, you can make a lot of progress faster because you can again like reset your first victory bonus. That's like plus 100%, and then on top of that, you can again double your reward in the battle end screen. So I'm not sure if we can.
Yeah, you can see it under battle.
Okay, because I played on my phone, not on the iPad, so it's not there. But so you would be able, like right next to the premium account reward, there's a little video button, like you can press on it, watch a video, and then you will double your reward. You can do that 3 times a day.
It's effectively like a soft premium account, right? So the idea is that your silver XP, free XP, and now what we'll talk about a little bit later, commander XP, will actually sort of get duplicated. It's not going to be affected by boosters and things like that. However, it is this large mass of additional income 3 times a day. Our biggest suggestion is make sure that you're using it on your highest tier ships, obviously for the biggest payout, and you're going to really feel that advancement coming through on this.
Yeah, another one as well where you can get extra reward by watching videos is if you go like to the containers here at the bottom right where I'm tapping right now next to the countdown, you will have the option to watch a video and get an extra container. And also lastly, you can get that into your daily login. At the top here we can see it, like I haven't clicked it yet, but you could press that button and get another like a double login bonus.
Yeah, so basically for any day that you didn't log in previous to the one that you're on, like let's say you're a couple days out from actually getting the full check-in because maybe you missed 5 days, you can actually use this to advance you to the point of those days that you missed. So if I missed 3 days, I can jump on, I can watch 3 ads, and I can get those 3 days that I missed. So it really helps with, just a couple of little extra items. These things are, I think, only about 30 seconds long and completely optional. Again, they're something you don't have to use if you don't want to. And hey, if you want the extra benefit, they're there. We just we didn't want it to be super obtrusive. We didn't want it to be something that was in your face. We wanted it to be something that was your choice. If you wanted just a little bit of extra income.
And definitely. So like also it's because we pay attention like to our free users and we wanted to provide a better progression. And Actually, like that's the next big piece that you guys have really driven. You've been very vocal about that. Like you guys helped us identify the issues with also like the data that we've been looking at. So like the progression with like silver and XP has been changed now with 1.5. Yeah. Actually, now to get to tier 10, it would take you about 50% less silver and around like 25% less XP, like to get to tier 10, because we really wanted to fasten the progression, because the grind was like, the grind was too much after tier 6. A lot of you guys have been vocal about that, so we changed that.
But
and
with this massive reduction, I mean, you've already unlocked quite a few tiers in terms of this progression before the change. What's going to happen to people who unlocked some of this stuff beforehand?
So one thing that we wanted to do is like make it fair for the players that have been through that, and we're actually at the moment, so it's going to take some time, but we're already a couple of days, like we're already rolling out payouts, so you will get the difference for between the price that you paid for the ship and the new price. So it's it's substantial amount of silver. I haven't received mine yet. As you can see, I still have like 1.3 million, but I'm being patient. I'm not crushing on the team yet, but it's gonna take a couple of days at least, and we are rolling out the difference. So like you guys now get all the silver back. It will all be paid out at once per person, and you can then spend it on the new tech lines. You can do whatever you want. So now, like I talked also about the XP being 25% less. It's not on the XP compared to the silver. So for silver, we just reduce the price that it takes to unlock ship. For XP, we haven't done that. What we've done is the opposite, is that we increased the XP that you gain for higher tier by 25%, so making it faster to unlock those high tiers.
So this, we feel like these are really exciting changes. We hope that you enjoy them. Obviously, as we mentioned, this will take us a few days, so please be patient with us while we, kind of move through and make sure that everyone gets the exact amount that they should be getting. And always don't feel like you can't contact customer support even just for a check-in. We want to make sure that you guys get exactly what you're supposed to. We'll have everything that you're supposed to get available for our customer service agents to just make sure that you're getting it and to talk you through exactly what you're supposed to get. So it's like actually pretty exciting. I'm hoping to see you guys at tier 10 soon.
Yeah, it's first unlock your tier 10 PC players there, it's a big change. It's a big change, and you guys have been talking about it for a while. We've been listening. It took us a while to be able to release this, because as you can imagine, there's a lot of changes to the economy. You need to be very careful, because we couldn't balance the game, and then the game is not the experience that we wanted to provide. So this is it's now live. We have other things like the last build. Sorry, we've released the blueprints changes. Now it's the XP. We're going to keep monitoring and listening to your feedback to further changes. So for now, enjoy the faster progression. Enjoy the silver that you will get. Spend it wisely, and hopefully we'll see more players now going to the higher tier. And for the players already playing there, it's going to be more competition and feel less lonely at the top.
So, I mentioned just briefly while we were talking about ads, Commander XP. So one of our biggest new additions now is obviously the Commanders, which you should have gotten prompted for almost immediately when you loaded up the new build. So Nad, why don't you walk us through some of what to expect from Commanders? So
Commanders are a new addition to the game that already exists on the PC version. So you can see here on my ship at the bottom, next to the camouflage, I have a Commander. So on my tier pits I don't have one, but here on the run I have one. So here you can see that Commanders, basically how they act is that by assigning them to your ship, and you can only, of course, like it makes sense, you can only put a German captain on a German ship, so like the captains are region locked, and what they provide is that they provide a further level of customization to your playstyle. So of course here I put damage caused by an enemy torpedoes reduction, so that was my level 1 skill. So how it works is your commanders gain XP through battle when they're assigned to a ship, and with the XP that you get, you unlock new level, and whenever you level up, you get to choose a skill. So for each level you have 3 skills and you get to choose one. So there's bunch of customization you can do. So you can use commanders to either offset the weaknesses of your ship or strengthen their strength.
A lot of the balancing decisions that we made against these different skills within different levels was to give at least a decent level of difficulty to kind of choose between, or in some cases make it very clear for a particular class that I'm playing. As a CV player, an aircraft carrier player, actually one of the immediate skills that I of course got was acrobatic maneuver, or aerobatic maneuver, excuse me. Because that immediately impacts my playstyle. But when it comes to, say, level 3, it's a little bit harder for me to determine something specifically. I have the choice between 2 skills that really affect me, but one that doesn't. So we do want some feedback around these. Do these feel tight? And expect more commanders with varied skills to choose from in the future, right? Like we expect to expand upon this system a lot. And would love feedback around it. Yeah, so commanders, as I said, like you can level them up. You can accelerate their leveling up by using free XP. So like similar like to ships, you don't have to play through all the battles. You can use free XP to do that. They also work like ships. So a commander that is max level is the equivalent of an elite ship, and then you can transfer that experience. You can convert it into free XP and then use it freely to other commanders. So yeah, it's pretty cool. One thing as well, like to know about commanders, is that you can recruit actually new commanders, and by doing that, if you get a duplicate of a commander, if you draw a commander that you already have, it adds to the XP. So that means that using the recruit new commander function, you can get you can speed up like your progress. You can get more commanders. If you're playing different ships, like having different commanders makes sense, but also you can assign them from one ship to the other. Now, if you do that from a premium ship, there is no retraining cost, but if you're assigning commanders through tech line ships, there is a retraining cost because the commander is moved now to a ship that is not familiar with. You can fasten that by spending some silver, some gold to make it like faster, or you can just leave it and play through the game and reset, retrain your commander. Actually, do you mind if we walk them through that real quick? Like, why don't you disembark this particular captain and add him to, say, a different ship?
Cool. So if I do this, assign, we see here that there is like the different courses. So if I use 500 gold or 7,500 commander XP, I can get my commander retrained immediately. Like we can see at the top, there's the bar. To get the retraining done, I need 7,500, so I can do for free like nothing. I can spend some silver to get half, or gold or free XP to get to the max.
Right. And
now, sorry, one second. Like when your commander is not retrained or is in retraining, half of your skills are disabled. Yeah. So you want to get your commander retrained as fast as possible to have full use of it.
Yeah, big thing to note is that if you do do want to choose the elite training using Elite Commander XP, you can do so, I believe, actually by using free XP or by having the Elite Commander XP on hand. Generally speaking, you know, you'll want to save that a little bit. It's a choice for you to either convert that XP into free XP or to keep that and use it for retraining. It's all up to you in that case. No. But we expect to have this, you know, really vary up people's play styles in an impactful way, and to make you think a little bit on your feet when you're about to engage someone and you're not really sure what commander they're using, right?
Yeah. So yeah, we're looking for feedback on that. Like it just released, so we're gonna be looking at the data again. But again, like your feedback is immensely valuable. So either through Facebook group, we also have an Instagram page now. You can contact us through Reddit, anywhere. Like I'm spending mainly I use social media to read your comments. So you guys keep posting, keep commenting, keep discussing. Like it really helps us make the right choices and go into the direction of something that makes sense for you. Because we love playing the game. We love playing with you guys. Like we're the same. Like we're both on both sides. We're both players and developers. So it's good to hear your feedback and not only listen to the team. So keep that coming, especially for commanders. It's a pretty complex system, and we'll be tuning it further in the future. So yeah,
awesome.
That's a pretty big update. Actually, we still have like 2 big items that are releasing with this one.
So we've gotten a couple questions so far about it because people haven't seen it in game yet. But there is a new mode called Team Skirmish. Functioning similar to rank mode, it will only show up during specific periods. You will be alerted when it actually is happening, and what it allows you to do, and I really wish we could have shown you, there is one in the plan in the next couple weeks, just so you guys know. You can create teams of 7 players. Choose within a band of tiers. So we might say you can choose any tiers between 5 and 8, right? And you build a team around which tier you want to play, build it out with 7, and you have a couple of options. First, you can invite fleet members or friends, or you can open yourself up to get random players inside of your group. You're then staged into sort of a matchmaking lobby where you'll be able to compete against other teams of 7. So we expect this to be a highly competitive mode, but for those players looking for an added addition of challenge. On top of this, we're actually also going to be awarding maybe additional XP or additional silver for your play during that time. So there is an added benefit for you working together as a team. We're really excited to show you guys. We'll be announcing it soon, and we really hope to see you there.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great mode for the top players to be able to match against each other and see team coordination. There is obviously, like some of you already asked for that for coordination and things like that. That's something we're working on. We really tried to get it into this release, but we couldn't make it. But we're working on adding voice chat into the game, so that like you guys will be able like to communicate with the voice, and that would be like during the lobby phase, but also like during matches. So we wanted to get it into 1.5. Unfortunately, it was not possible, but with the next update, we're confident either in the next month or 2, like to have a voice chat adding to the game. So yeah, the team skirmishes is going to be good, like Fox was saying, because we're going to be rewarding you guys for your playtime. At the same time, you can match with people that you can communicate with, etc. But also it would be good for people that are looking for like team members and things like that to be able like to join by themselves. You can go and you can put yourself in the queue, and then you will meet like other people. So for example, some fleets, they don't have any good aircraft carriers, or they don't have any good battleship players. You will be able like to find people like that, because you can select which ship type you're looking for. You can be like, okay, we're looking for a battleship players. And that event is going to be fun. It's going to be running for the beginning, like we'll put it for several hours during the day, so it's not going to be like it's going to be run as an event. And then based on your feedback, we'll see how to adjust that in the future.
Another good thing to look out for, just because I want to sneak this in, is that we can actually change the rules.
Yeah, that's really
of
cool.
team skirmishes. So look out on the horizon for, hey, if people ask for it, we'll do 7 carriers versus 7 carriers. We'll do 1 destroyer versus, say, 6 cruisers, right? Things like this where we can augment the max limitations of the team to find and build around some very interesting metas for you to play with.
Yeah.
We'll obviously go a little bit more light at first, but I'm looking for community requests alongside what you want to see team composition looking like, and we can make that happen.
Yeah, in terms of tiers as well, so the way we built this event is a lot of flexibility because we want to see it as both a competitive mode, but also to have the potential of being a fun mode as well. Yeah. Exactly. So talking about fun mode.
I mean, you can already sort of see it, that beautiful port in the background.
So since it's the World Cup happening right now, we felt like we will have something for you guys since we couldn't do anything for April Fool. So this mode is not a joke, but it's not an historically accurate, or I haven't seen any historical records of something like that happening. But because of the World Cup happening right now, we added a new football mode called Operation Football that you can access here through the Activity Hub, on the banner on the left. Mm-hmm. Here we see I only played 1 game because I was too focused on unlocking my tier 9 this morning. And but yeah, I'm gonna jump through the game, and then Fox, you can talk about and I'm gonna be playing against real players, so you guys should get online.
Live.
Yeah, this is live. You guys should get online right now. I'm about to press the button playing on the EU server, so hopefully we'll see some of you online. Fox, you can talk about the mode itself and what is coming up in the next weeks and for this mode.
So what we're going to get into pretty quickly here, if you haven't played the mode yet, there are 2 available options for attack and then also point scoring. So what you're going to see is that you have the option to shoot players, which is, I believe it's 2 cannons that you can actually use. And that allows you to both disable parts of the ship, like turning or shooting, and it also allows you to destroy your fellow players. What's great about this, however, is let's say you explode, oh my god, game over, right? Not at all. Actually, we put in a revive system to make sure that this is just constantly fast-paced. So here we see NAD, people are already starting to wreck each other, but if you'll notice, there's a secondary option on the right, which is a football. And if you get close enough to the goal to actually shoot it, and get it into the goal, you'll actually score a point for your team. Bonus points, however, if you feel like a more defensive player, you can actually get in the way of that football and block it from ever reaching its target. So it's definitely a lot more eclectic, a lot more fun. I suggest people really check it out just because the speed and the turning is so fast, it's almost unruly compared to the normal game. So it's not just this little fun mode that we're putting out. Actually, you'll be seeing soon a victory blitz will be set up that is 100% targeted at this mode, whereby the more victories you get, the more stuff you get, usual victory blitz stuff. However, inside is a special football camo that you can only get through this victory blitz. And if you can get to the top, a permanently unlocked stadium port. Right now, everyone has the stadium port unlocked for 20 days or the length of the event, and then it's gone. But if you participate, you're going to be able to keep that stadium forever. It is awesome. It's beautiful. It's one of my favorite stadiums personally that I've seen us make. While not historically accurate, I am a big wargaming fan, so that helps. So here we actually saw Nad got destroyed. You're still able to make a shot?
I wasn't my torpedo tube was, my football tube was disabled. Yeah. So
you can just kind of see it's really eclectic, but you're able to jump back in fairly quickly, and we really didn't want this to be an incredibly punishing experience. We wanted you to just be able to jump in, play, get really silly for a little while, and we want to reward you for that time playing this mode. There is a little bit of silver given at the end, so we didn't want to completely take away any of the gains that you might get, because obviously you're playing this instead of a normal battle. But really,
I think I'm gonna be able to score Fox.
Oh, but really the big thing we wanted to give away was that
I'm gonna score a goal.
So play, right? Can you? Go!
Yes, it's going in.
What I love is how absolutely slow it is. You know that it can explode before it actually hits the goal, right?
No, it's gonna go in.
Score for red. It's we've been playing this there's a group of us actually in the office that have been playing this almost exclusively. And it's just, we want to do more fun modes like this. Certainly we welcome feedback around it. So really play. If this is something fun for you guys, if you want to see more of stuff like this in the future, let us know, because it was really fun to create. We definitely want to kind of keep these things short, but if there are any other modes.
I think I'm going to score another one.
What? Wow. You're not playing bots, are you?
No.
Which is actually, I should mention, there are no bots.
Any of you guys is online.
Oh.
This is who I'm playing. Boom, 3-2. Okay, but those guys, they're coming back for me. I'm on fire, I'm everything, but maybe I shouldn't have used that now, because I could have just let myself die.
Oh, it's close.
Everything is disabled. I can't shoot anything. Or maybe I can shoot another one.
Oh, quick. He used the football wrong. Oh.
Yeah, 3.
Shoot it, 2. Shoot it.
Oh no, oh my God.
It's a draw.
I had 3 seconds and then I was able to shoot again. And that would have been a dramatic finish. But this game, as you can see, is really fun. Play it. Fox mentioned the plans for the next week, so there's going to be some cool stuff to win with this. You still have some rewards here, as you can see, so it's pretty cool. You can play it very fast. So
why don't you show off some of that stadium port a little bit, and I'll start shooting you some questions from the community.
Yeah, we can see it here. So the stadium port here, we can see at the top. I have it for 20 days, waiting for the Victory Blitz to start, and then be able to
unlock a permanent.
To unlock it. Yeah.
So we have our first question is from Daniel Brower. Why are captains random, and can't we pick a nation?
So captains are random because the fact that there is very little captain to begin with. Otherwise, it would make it the progression too fast, because either we could have created a bunch of levels for the captains, but we felt they didn't make sense, because then players that can't afford to spend a lot of money to get their captains or time to get their captains high level very fast, they would be at a disadvantage. So in exchange, what we decided, our design decision, was to have a lower amount of levels but a higher variety of captains, and also that way that enables you to have different captains on different ships. So the way to draw that is that if you were to recruit specifically the captains that you want, the price for that would have been too high. So adding some randomization there, but this is not necessarily something that we will keep for a long time. It's just for the moment that the only way to recruit captain.
We've actually already been in talks about how can we get a little bit more agency around specific nations that you might want to pick, or different things like that. We're already building new commanders currently and planning things out. So this won't be the final version of it. We're obviously always going to be building on top of it, but we always, of course, welcome feedback around the system.
Yeah. Definitely.
All right. So, second question: are all commanders the same and equal?
Yes, they've been, except for their nation. For now, they are. We will change that in the future. We're planning on creating specific commanders for specific tech lines to make, to increase on the strength or the weaknesses of each nation. So that's something that we're working on. But for now, yes, all the captains except for their nation. their name and their picture, they essentially do the same thing.
So, and just to comment on the idea of equal, right? So we're not looking to make specific commanders that just are completely imbalanced, right? So as we already mentioned earlier in the stream, we're looking at having commanders come in with different skill sets, with different variation, but we're keeping in mind that we want we do want people to be able to make a choice around their commanders and a choice around which skills to use, right? So, you know, obviously metas change, and as we introduce things, we'll buff and nerf them, but just to be mindful of the fact that, you know, we're working hard to make sure that it's not imbalanced, that it's not unequal, and if we ever find that out, of course we're going to balance. So there's still plans in the future, and I think you'll be pretty excited with some of the ideas that we have in store. Next question is estimated arrival time of team skirmishes.
Well, I guess you have the exact date or something.
I do have an exact date. I will be leaking that some small time in the future, not now. But I would say expect it within, I'd say like 1 to 2 weeks is pretty safe, erring on the side of 2. We want to make sure that everything feels pretty right with it before we launch our first go, and I think you'll be really happy, you know, kind of with our first play of it. Question 4, will we get free XP refunded?
For what reason?
I think when we were going over economic changes.
Oh yeah, like I said, we're not reducing the cost of free XP. What we're doing is we're increasing the amount that you're getting. So versus the silver, where we reduce the cost, then it's fair to refund the difference. But here we're not reducing the XP.
So yeah, to clarify, we did such a massive reduction to silver that we felt the repayment was necessary, and in order to offset some of the smaller XP costs, we decided to just increase that XP value that you're getting from games. So while, you know, it's not perfect, we did want to make sure that there was some stuff repaid, and then, you know, some stuff where we're actually doing some better rewarding around it. So yeah, just to give you some insight around that. So question 5, I saw a screenshot of HMS Nelson earlier.
No, you didn't.
Any idea?
It's a fake. This is a
fake news.
Yeah, this is fake news.
So the big thing around Nelson is that we are planning to release it. Mum's the word. Don't tell anybody, live stream audience, and expect it in the kind of near future. That's as much as I'm going to say about it for now, but get hype, I would say. Question number 6, when will Enterprise arrive? My man, I like your style, because I love me this boat, this ship, this warship, I shouldn't say. But I will say that there are plans. None of them are 100% solid right now. You know, at some point, I think on the stream, we might want to give a little insight into some of the premium ships that we're working on. But what I can tell you, at least currently, is that the Enterprise will probably not be coming this year. But
no,
I know. But there are plans to actually bring it into the game. So that's, I think, a great question. Atago, when? Please work aiming, my wallet is ready. So I can neither confirm nor deny the existence of Atago. Kind of similar to the question prior. If you know, and actually next time we do one of these streams, I can promise that I'll come a little bit prepared with some of the ships that we're working on that'll be releasing within the near future that you guys can kind of get excited about. Yeah, I think that'll be interesting. Question 8 is actually 4 questions. So 1, will we get in-game chatting?
So Well, yeah, that depends on you. We will put voice chat if you want to use it like for battles. Chatting, yes, but we expect you guys like to use it for like strategic purposes. But yes, you will be able to use it for just like chit chat. Yeah, that's something like I said before. We were trying to have it in 1.5. It was not ready. It's your turn to play, by the way. Okay. But this is my account. By the way, if you guys want to add me. I'm looking for friends because the wargaming team here is not super useful.
Wow.
Yeah, here is my username and my player ID. Let's see if I get some friend requests while we're live. That would be great. Yeah, so in-game chat, yes, we're good. So yeah, I was gonna say you can play, but don't destroy any of my stats, okay?
I'm going right into football.
Yeah,
are you kidding?
Just be good. So yeah, voice chat will have that in the next build, hopefully. As this is not a technology that we have developed internally, we're using a third-party voice chat system that is used by many other games, so it's like we're looking for top class technology. There are some issues, so like depending on their side as well, how fast we can implement that will vary. 1.6 or 1.7 for sure. 1.7 100% chance. 1.6 might be difficult, but might be possible. We will get training room to play with friends or fleet members. So that's something that you guys have asked for a lot. It's in the design phase. We haven't figured out yet a good way that we're happy with, like to do training room. So that's something that is still on the board. It hasn't entered technical design yet or anything like that, so there is no date for that at the moment. And any chances of increasing friend slots, as my friend is full with 100? Yeah, lucky you. Like I was saying, send me some friends requests. I would like that. I will make it happen when I reach 100 friends. So you guys, you guys can add me. That's something that actually I've seen a few times on Facebook. I haven't seen many players asking for it. So honestly, I didn't put it up on our priority list at the moment. But yeah, if you guys, that's something that you want to do, I'm pretty sure that's something that is not too difficult to do. Sorry guys in the engineering team if that's false promise and it's gonna be super difficult and you guys are gonna work on weekends, but yeah, please if that's something that you guys really want to talk about it, wrecked. Like ask no man, we're just getting massacred. Cool. Yeah, any idea if Kitakami will be introduced?
You want to pass that to me? Oh, you know.
Yeah, same answer. Like we're not gonna communicate plans of like releasing ships in advance because like we have a bunch of ships in production and balancing is essentially what is the most difficult. So creating the models and things like that is not very difficult, but yeah, balancing them and making sure that they play and they feel like the way they would have they would have fought in the war is something that is like very difficult, and also like to make it balanced against the other ships that are already released. So no question on that. What was the reason that the developers nerfed Moskva in terms of torpedo damage and Montana on the torpedo damage reduction? So from Jasper. So one thing that we do is that we're constantly monitoring the stats of each battles, like the way each ship is doing in battles and things like that, and that's why like our team of designers is adjusting values based on like the results that we are seeing. So So, for example, like if we see that torpedo damage from Moskva compared to other ship is too high, it's something that we reduce, and we're constantly adjusting the ships to make them fair and balanced. Why a premium ship was nerfed? Talking about Campbellton, ship barely is what it used to be, from Sam Fisher. So the Campbellton was actually one ship that we knew was overpowered since it released. It had about like 70% win rate, so it needed to be nerfed for the fairness of the game. And also like, it's not that because a ship is premium, like that we will release, like if we see that the balance, and we can't get things right all the time when we release a ship, like because the meta might change, players' way of playing, and the new ships might be introduced that change the balance of the meta. So it's not because a ship is premium that we cannot nerf it, because otherwise like we would essentially be have like a pay-to-win situation like a year or two from now, where premium ships that like now the meta has changed a lot and some ships are very OP and they've never been changed, that would be unfair. So what are you doing?
I added friends. That's what I did.
Oh really? People are adding me. Awesome.
Friends. Keep going then.
Cool. That's why the Campbellton was nerfed. It was just completely dominating its class, and it needed to be done. Question 10 from Philip. When can we get the Musashi?
Punt.
Punt this one. Team Skirmish, when does it start? We already answered that. Can we have a fleet upgrade in the future, such as bringing more information that members are contributing to the fleet, such as oil? That's already from Anthony. It's already in development. We want to help fleet managers like to be able to kick players that are not contributing enough. So we're going to be looking at average. Yes, I will kick all of you guys. And
that's you, man. I contribute daily.
I have lots of friends now, so I don't need you guys anymore.
Wow.
But yeah, so that's something that we're working on. We're planning to add that so that you guys like can have more information on who's contribution this week, average daily contribution, and things like that. Will there be future expansion on commanders as well, like special commanders and expansions on tier from Jasper?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like that's a big thing that we plan to do. I mean, anywhere between funny commanders and very serious commanders, but more than anything, like we like giving players options when it comes to deep systems like this. And even though this is the first showing of this feature, and I think that you guys will be excited about what we're going to be trying out next.
Yeah. Another question from Philip Wong again. I hope one day we can play the World of Warships Blitz on PC. So the question is, will we get World of Warships Blitz on PC or Steam? And so that question was asked before. That's something that we want to do. That's something that we're pretty early. It's going to take some time. We're putting the foundation toward that. We just hired someone that actually has experience porting games to those platforms. So this is far in the future. I don't know like an exact timeline. It could be a year from now. But that's something that we planted the seed because you guys have requested that before. It's a different experience than the original World of Warships on PC. We have World of Tanks Blitz already on those platforms, so it makes sense for us to get there as well. No plans for the moment. We're considering it, but might come in the future. Yeah. Will you increase the battle time of random battles from Anas? Probably not. Yeah, probably not. We actually reduced it during the beta. The battle time was 8 minutes. That wasn't working. That wasn't working very well. Like we saw very bad statistics. A lot of players A lot of the testers didn't like that neither, so we reduced that, but we're looking at different modes. You have the rank battle already that has 8 minutes, so if that you want like longer gameplay, we're also that's not going to be a secret anymore, but we're working on some changes to the random battle, so that should be coming this summer or maybe this fall, but we're already like starting like kicking off ideas around like how we can make random battles better. Cool. Next question. Hello from Regal. Hello Regal. When will you fix the 2 midways dive bombers missing? It's been more than 3 months. You know about this bug. So, Fox.
When are we fixing it?
Yes.
ASAP.
We've been working on this. This one, like some of our guys have been pulling their hair on this one.
As a CV player, notably.
Bugs are like often it's obvious what the bug is, but it's not obvious what in the code is causing this bug. So so that's something that we're working on. There is no ETA for a fix for this bug, but like the team is looking at it. From Surav, are you guys planning on expanding the maps? Currently the ships end up rubbing each other within the first 2 minutes of the match, and that's a bit unrealistic.
I can actually comment to this. We're in the works of redesigning 1 to 2 maps that we currently have, and we are working on starting work on a very new map. We are releasing maps steadily over time, especially some of you that have hit tier 7 recently. You'll have seen in our last update, I believe, a new map that shows up on that circuit. This is something that I think we take pretty seriously. I don't think that maps are perfect, but I do think that they're getting there. More feedback around what you feel like is bad placement, or ideas around how to get people to engage a little bit better, or even spacing, right? Like I think that targeting the specific maps that you're having problems on or feel like could be improved is actually very helpful for us to kind of assess. We have the data, we don't always have people's experiences, so it helps when people call out things like this. If you can get specific with the maps, that helps us a lot.
So next question is, how about changing equipment without charging a fee? So without selling and rebuying when equipment is of the same. That's actually that's something that we are aware of. We know it functions, but that's something that we want to do as well. So it's gonna be coming soon. I don't know when it is, but I could we have that in the roadmap somewhere, so that you can experience, and also when you purchased it, of course, if you want to purchase all of them, you can do that, and you should be able to change the equipment as you see fit.
Yeah, for that particular ship especially.
Exactly. Yeah. How about granting premium ships having larger blueprint drop chances? So that's a good idea, Michel. That's just
a good idea.
That's a good idea. I'll write it down. So well, we can do that, definitely. I'll look into it. We'll look into it with the team. That's definitely a good idea. That we can
work with that.
Yeah, we can work with that. Stay tuned for more update on that. Thank you, Michel.
The Michel update.
Yeah. Cool. So actually, if you guys want to know more about blueprints, what we're working on for the next update, actually
1.6.
1.6 is that we will have a blueprint fusion system. You guys have been asking for this. You will be able to take a bunch of low tier blueprint, fuse them into higher tier. This is the big lines yet. Probably you will be also able to take high tier blueprints and deconstruct them into smaller ones. We're looking into that. Right now it's slotted for 1.6. Might come later, but we're working on it. Cool. 2 new question. 1 new ship lines. Actually, so we're all stuck on the same cadence. Like we're planning on releasing a new ship line every 2 months. So this tech line, this update didn't have one, but it's full of new content, full of new game modes and things like that. And so coming soon, I believe in August.
And it's a big deal.
Yeah, it's a big one. Yeah, get hyped on this one. It's so big that we're looking at ways to give players like early access to this tech line that might come in 1.6 if we do early access to that.
Oh man!
And Michel, we're gonna have a bunch of features. Yeah, a whole update just for you. Please make it possible to remap the controls. My thumb is getting tired of yoga during the game. So yeah, yoga is good for your health. Not so sure about for your thumbs, but yeah. We do that in World of Tanks Blitz. That's something that we had, I believe, on the roadmap. The guys, like, when the engineering team looked at it, it was like, oh, it's very difficult and things like that. And because there are a lot of changes that we want to add in the game, like we didn't prioritize this one. It's there on our backlog of ideas. So we'll probably put it into the Michel update and put all the features from Michel into one.
I'm making it now. Update. Hashtag Michel update.
Yeah. Cool. Time is running out, so that's all for the questions. Sorry for the questions that we haven't answered. Hopefully we covered a lot of ground. Guys, be fast. Next time, prepare your questions in advance so that you're at the top. It's not because the live is over that we're not answering questions. You guys can ask questions on Facebook still. Like, we'll still be answering them. Thank you all for sending me friend requests. Oh my God, I'm getting so many.
Hey, look at that.
Oh, that's awesome. Cool. Thank you. I'm so popular. Much love, guys. Really good. I'm really excited, to get back to my desk and play some more. See you guys online. Keep continuing providing feedback on 1.5. Looking forward for 1.6. We have to get back to work and enjoy the new modes. And see you guys soon.